Alright, so I took the engine out. That's where the engine used to be. There is the propeller shaft, or the coupling that hooks to the propeller shaft, which goes out the boat right there, and the propeller is attached to that. That is the water lift muffler. Water and exhaust go through the in, and then you come out up there, and then there's some junk up there that goes out the back of the boat. That's the engine. That right there is the distributor. This thing here is the intake and exhaust manifold. That's the carburetor. That is the fuel pump, water pump, alternator, starter, and the engine. I don't think I left out any parts. And that's where I broke the head. The cylinder head. That's where the thermostat housing goes. Right around here. That's the water jacket. You can see the outside of the cylinders in there. Accessory drive. The tachometer goes to here. That's where the oil goes in. That is the oil dipstick right there. And it's shifted by this bar that comes out both sides. And inside this cover is where the valves are. And the holes that you see inside of the engine are intake and exhaust for the cylinders. What else? What else? Those are the batteries. And there's a whole bunch of junk here. So yeah, this is my boat. Oh, this is what it looks like when I'm working on it. It's really a pretty boat, but look at it now. Oh, and this is the bilge. On the outside it's called the keel, but on the inside is the bilge. And water collects in there, and it's pumped out by that little mechanism right there through those white hoses out through the back of the boat. That's the gas tank right there. And there's an automatic fire extinguisher that's not hooked up. What else? This fitting right here is where the water comes into the boat for the cooling of the engine. It's in the off position right now, obviously, because that hose that you see sticking up there normally attaches to the water pump. And this hose cools the propeller shaft. And in there you can see a couple of nuts. That's called the stuffing box. There's a little waxy rope that goes inside of there and keeps the water out of the boat. And if it gets too hot, you can have damage to your propeller shaft. So that's why it's water cooled. There's some wires that go to the alternator and starter. I just put them out of the way. That is the fuel filter water separator. And water gets trapped in the bottom of that thing. You can see There's a nut on the bottom of that thing you could drain water out of. I don't know what else. Yep, that's it. We got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm going to clean this all up, paint it, nice white color. That's my goal. I might just hose it off, I don't know. But while I have the engine out, yeah, it's amazing that I could see into the bilge. There's probably tools down there in the mucky water. Some nuts and bolts, I'm sure. Maybe some coins from 1967 when the boat was built. Alright, that's it for now.